G'day guys, back again. This is Brian. My business partner Mike Klingel is going to take you through some very valuable tips and hints when you're growing your email marketing database, and why not to overreact at early stage, and what to look for long-term and sustainable growth in your email marketing business. So stay tuned, and Mike's going to share right now.
Hey everyone, lots of stuff to go over, but I'm not going to go over it all in this video. I just wanted to check in on one thing that I'm seeing, as I kind of forge the way and test different things and look at different things. Let me just remind you, if you're doing the online marketing stuff in particular, it's about patience. It's about taking action and pacing yourself in terms of, not overspending or anything, but being consistent so people see pre-enrollees consistently coming in. It's about not jumping to too quick of conclusions when you're testing stuff and seeing data, because sometimes what you're seeing might be a different reason than you think it is. It's about really patiently moving through that process. And when I say patient, it's still about taking a lot of action. And the more action you take, the faster things grow. That's always present. But it's really, really important not to burn out too early or quit too early. You have to have a winner's mindset with this as you do anything. It's really important to just go step by step and just consistently build your list, build the pre-enrollees in your team line, and navigate. And, I'm kind of forging ahead in many areas because marketing is, my profession for a very long time. There's so much I could cover today, but right now, I've got lots I'm going to be sharing with you over the next couple of weeks. Do you need to follow it all? No, because what's really, really important, you're going to see me talk about over and over again for weeks and months. So if you miss it now, you'll catch it later. You focus on where you're at right now, put one step in front of the other. You do not have to watch all my videos. Those of you who want to soak this stuff in can, and those of you who miss some stuff, that's okay. If it's really important, it'll be repeated. So the thing I wanted to mention is opt-ins opens on your emails. If you're generating a lot of leads with solo ads, or whatever else, and you're not seeing a lot of opens, that can lead you to a lot of conclusions. I have seen some stats that look like this. I sent an email yesterday to 3,400 pre-enrollees, which is a lot more than I used to do. I've just cranked it up. I've done massive solo ads. I'm not going to do a big update on solo ads here, but again, it's always a process of testing. The copy that I used in the initial solo ads was designed to just bring in a lot of people. It wasn't really qualifying. I started qualifying more, and I'll keep testing and qualifying. I'll update you on that later. So I got a lot of leads early on. A lot of you have too, and you should continue forward, staying consistent as we move forward through the trail here. But anyway, I got a lot of leads recently in the last month. And I also have, just so you understand, these aren't all my leads. I had people in my left and right leg who have a lot of pre-enrollees collectively. I had them send me their pre-enrollees to include in these emails so that I could help them get, some signups in the strong leg. So these aren't all my pre-enrollees. Now, when you look at, but they're all in the same line, so I can communicate to them about what's happening in that line. Anyway, 6% open rate. Actually, what just happened? Okay, it's disappearing on me. 6%, I can't point at it, but if you look up for whatever reason, it's disappearing when I point at it. But 6% open rate, 0% clicks, and it might be because I'm not going to look, but maybe I didn't even put a link in that one. But is it really high open rate? No, 8%. So a lot of you go, oh, no one's opening my emails. Well, it's just the way it kind of is, and I'm getting to something. I want you to really follow this. If you're here, you can stay tuned here to understand that you're getting a lot more opens than you think. It's just different people open them at different times. So someone might have opened this one, here's 8%, and not open the other one. And so as you continue to send, you're building, if you're consistent, you're starting to build familiarity with people over the course of a month, 2 months. And even if somebody's account expires, after being in a pre-enrollee for 90 days and they didn't sign up, you're going to still continue emailing them, and you can sell other stuff to them. You can invite them back. I've had people who that happened to, and then they became a pre-enrollee again. And you can sell other affiliate stuff to them. Like the list that you're building will pay you for years to come. You need to understand that. Okay, so I'm getting to something here though. Let's keep looking for the ones that, here's another one, 3,400 people I sent to, 6% open. Sometimes I even get less than that. 3,400 people, 7% open. 3,400 people, 8% open. So pretty consistent. 3,400, this is the same group, 7% open, 1% clicked. Doesn't seem like a lot of people clicked, but I do pay attention to who clicked. And I look, and the people who clicked, I go and search their email and find them. And if they left a phone number, you can call them, you can text them. In my case, because I have so many leads, I just send them more emails and speak to them a little bit differently because I know they're paying more attention. I'm getting to something here, so stick with me. Let's see here. Sometimes I'm sending to smaller groups. Like some of these are like maybe a group that just opted in, 73 sends, 52% opened. This is actually to our team, which is going to be much higher, obviously. But sometimes I'll send to smaller groups too, but I'm not able to quickly see that. I really just want to focus you on one point I'm leading up to here about open rates and click-through rates and engagement. Here's 6% open. Now here's 12% open. And so when I see that, I go, what did I say in the subject line that got like almost twice as much open rate? So I go look, and still only 0.7% clicked, but that's okay, because those are the ones that are really engaged. If half of those were executives eventually, that's a big deal. Okay, so what's stopping you? And actually, someone in the community actually shared that. I can't remember who it was, or a similar subject. So I get ideas from you guys too, and we get them from each other. But, you learn as you do that. And like, that might be a really great subject, but the email that I ended up using may not have been best. But I was just trying to get in their head and like show, different posturing here. I believe I shared that email with you. If I didn't, I will be going back and sharing all these emails with you that look like they did good. But typically you're seeing, and I won't go too much further back before I get to my major point. Typically you're seeing here 7%. So it's kind of same ballpark, and maybe very close to what a lot of you are seeing, where it feels like you're not getting a lot of open rates. Well, here's what I did. I asked my assistant to go through all of this back about 45 days, or maybe it was just a little over 30 days. Actually, it was 30 days. And to look through all of these ones that I sent to this bigger list of pre-enrollees, and include mine and also some of my team that they gave me that I'm just including in this because they're in the same line, these pre-enrollees. And I wanted to know how many are opening, have opened at least one of these. Because just because 7% opened one of these emails doesn't mean a lot more people have opened another one. Like people who didn't open this one might have opened another one, and so forth. And so to investigate that for me and you guys, to kind of get a better feel of what's really going on, I asked my assistant to go through all of these back 30 days, open them up, and collect everybody who's opened in total, and then remove the duplicates and see what we got. And so let me show you. And I bet you it's similar for a lot of you, though you may not know this yet. So when he first gave me the list, it was column A. And in column A, let me just, I was kind of surprised because it went, I was like, wait a minute, this is crazy. It went down to 3,698 leads. And I was like, I think you made a mistake, because that's pretty much everybody on the list. And then he reminded me, no, there's a lot of duplicates in there because a lot of people opened up more than one email. So think about that. We're looking at basically 3,700 email addresses on there, because lots of them are opening up more than one. And yet when we look at the stats, you might not really like pick that up. Like 7%, I showed you these, 7% opened this one. The highest we had was 12%. Most of them were 6%. And you might be seeing what you consider low open rates too, but what you're not maybe recognizing, and I didn't even know it would be that good, is, even though I'm having 7% average open rates on these pre-enrollee emails I'm sending out over the last 30 days, when I had him collect everyone who opened, again, it was almost 3,700 people, because there's a lot of duplicates, meaning a lot of people were opening. So I said, okay, go ahead and remove the duplicates, and let's see what we got. And let me see what we ended up with there. And there we ended up with 1,385. So again, it looks like we're getting low open rates, 7%, for example, in this one, 5%, 12% was the highest. But collectively, many people are opening up these emails, just not every time, which makes sense. And over time, they're getting more and more familiar with you. Now, there's lots of things that you can do with that. For those of you who can't afford advertising, you can load in these emails into Facebook and do retargeting. We'll get into that. You can sell lots of things to them. I wasn't ready to sign up with HempWorks until like a year after I found the company. And so some of your top producers that are in there, that are in a company already, like, you got to understand how it works and why the people who have stick to itness really, really win big. Got to win these people over, and they are following, even if you don't realize it. So I know it's extra work. You can either have an assistant do it. You can hire someone, a VA in the Philippines, for like $3.50 an hour or a little bit more, but you can find someone at that rate. And for very inexpensively, have people do this stuff for you, to go through and find this information for you for very cheap. It wouldn't take them more than a few hours to do this. So you could do this for 10, 25 bucks at the most, and little things like that. Or you could do it. You might have to learn how, put it on your list of things to learn and do. But, you can go through and find out how many people have opened your emails to your pre-enrollees in total. How many people are opening more than one? Like, you can look at these kinds of things and really get a better feel for what's going on, and that you have a lot more people following than you realize. Okay, so you don't expect like a new list to have really high open rates necessarily, especially solo ads where they're getting lots of emails from lots of different people all the time. But how many are actually following and opening, over the course of, let's say, a couple weeks of emails that you're sending? And how many are opening them again and again and again? Maybe not every email, of course, but in total over a period of time, getting to know you, getting familiar. I bet, based on what I'm looking at here, it's way more than you think. So that's something I wanted to mention to you. The next thing I'm going to have my assistant do is go through and find out how many people have actually clicked, because it looks really low. But when we add up all the people who have clicked, how many has it been? And maybe that's who we'll want to retarget with Facebook ads, you see? So, and then if you can't retarget, then you can just collect those and email them more, speak to them a little bit differently. So these are things that you can do, you can look at. Again, it's a process. If you commit to the process and you're just you're looking for the gold veins, and this is what we're talking about. There's a lot of people that are, for example, opening that I wasn't aware of. It's way higher than I thought. Oh, another thing I'm going to have my assistant do is find out how many people are opening like 3 times or 2 times or more, 3 times or more. It gives, and I'll share with you that information as I get it. So it's just a process, guys, of sorting. And if you're using online marketing, you're using these kinds of tools and you're figuring this kind of stuff out. And even if you're not tech savvy like me, you get it figured out. And if you need to spend $25 to have an assistant help you every month, you can do that. If you want to figure it out yourself at first, that's cool too. And if you don't know how to do it yet, that's okay. You put it on your list of things to learn how to do. This is what we do to sort for our Eagles. As opposed to calling friends and family and asking who they might know that we could speak to about an opportunity. That's another way to sort. That's how people become millionaires in this industry. This is another way to sort, using these tools. This way, you got more to learn behind the computer. If you don't want to do that, then start contacting people on your phone. There's lots of ways you can sort. This is the way that I'm particularly good at, so it's what I'm teaching. I love it. I think it's powerful. I'm going to keep guiding and sharing as we go forward. Just wanted to let you know what I discovered, because a lot more people are opening these emails than I thought they were, which is really, really cool. I'll keep you in touch. Lots to share with you.
Okay, guys, so if you haven't got yourself a position, you'll see a link down below to get more details, and so we can follow up and stay connected with you to get all your questions answered and to understand how we're helping you grow and build a sustainable My Daily Choice Hempworks business. Hopefully what Mike has shared is valuable. Hopefully you took some notes. If you didn't, go back and watch it again. Very important. And we look forward to connecting with you real soon. This is Brian, wishing you a great day.